Good morning, y'all. So it's so interesting to me how much we can change and not be aware, and how God will really use the things we go through to strengthen us. So I feel like that's why I'm not aware of how much I've changed and how much stronger I've grown in him, because I was just like, why am I going through all this? He really uses it to develop you. Something I was going to tell y'all the other day before different things transpired, I was like, I really be knowing that's crazy. But I was going to share with you all, over the last 5 years, the thing I had to get over the most and really accept is the enemy moving through family. And me being me, I thought I was becoming numb in a bad way lately, because it's been very much so I don't even care. The stuff I done went through with certain people, you ain't never gonna hurt me, more than that. That was hurtful. You get what I'm saying? So I don't put nothing past nobody. If somebody who is supposed to love you, nurture you, take care of you, they can treat you like that, then I really don't expect much from other people. But it's dangerous if you get to that place and you stay right there, right? That's why God was saying, you got to still choose to live in love after that, because the devil don't discriminate. He will hop through anybody, to include you, right? But me too. He will hop through anybody. And so I was scared, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've become numb. What is going on, God? And that's not what it was. It is a level of detachment that has an emotional stability attached to it. And for me, I've been having to brush up on some lingo and learn some other things, so I can figure out what place am I really in, and again, how is that related biblically? It's not a detachment just period, from yourself and from people and from love, and not that type of detachment. It's really a detachment from people pleasing. It's really a detachment from the enemy. It's really a detachment from people having the power to manipulate and control you, right? And then I also threw in that came with an emotional stability. Now, I've told y'all there have been instances in my life where I would argue, I probably could have went to the doctor and they probably would have said I had something, but that was caused by the relationship that I was in. That was caused by the yoking that I had allowed myself to be a part of. That was not godly. It was not equal. That's what caused that emotional instability in me. That's caused by always being bullied and abused and mistreated, and now you wondering why you don't have the emotional stability. I had just recently shared on Instagram last night on my story, one of the last things on my story was, when you come out of a depressive episode that nobody knew anything about. I have been battling in my mind all year. And the other day I was telling God, I should have known you was about to break some mental chains. I should have known you was about to boss me up mentally the way my mind was attacked, because I hadn't dealt with certain stuff in a long time. When I was in a relationship with a narcissist, yeah, you about to be depressed. You about to be at the house. You about to be not doing nothing. You're not about to have no motivation, no will, because dealing with them drains all that from you. I knew that. And also when you're dealing with the wrong friends and they're trying to be you, right? Because that's came up and I haven't made a video about it, but you weren't my friend, girl. You was trying to be me. And I had put that on Twitter a couple months ago. You can't be friends with nobody who want to be you, and you can't date a man who want to be you, period. Point blank. That's what it is. And so in those instances you will be depressed. But this year I learned that my family also triggered depression in me, because they were always triggering these emotions, these lies that were deep rooted in my heart about my worth and my value that were not true. And so dealing with them and dealing with certain people, now I'm depressed, what's going on? And God was breaking all of that off of me. You have to become detached from the lies, from the enemy. You have to be. And now there's an emotional stability, because I told you, I remember, I'm in God's reality. Ain't nobody finna come over here and snatch me up out of that. You're not changing that narrative. And so it's a stability that's very unfamiliar to me. And it's so unfamiliar. I'm over here thinking, am I numb? No, but you're so used to being emotionally manipulated, emotionally abused, that it's weird for you. I can only speak for me. But if y'all like me, that's what you're going through too. Emotional abuse don't work no more. You flipping the script and gaslighting me, it just don't work anymore. And that's what it usually make me depressed. Because now I'm sitting over here and I'm like, did I do something wrong? Baby, if I'm the villain, I'm the villain. And that's just where we at. Because as long as me and God is good, that's all that matters. And I can't let what nobody else doing override that, or saying override that. And it's funny to see how all the narcissism people in my life who have been so used to being able to control and manipulate me and project that enemy's lie over here, it's so funny to watch them squirm now, because it's like, oh yeah, we're not doing that. Oh yeah, the Megan you looking for, where is she, y'all? She's dead. And it's been very interesting. No, I'm not heartless. I still want to fall in love, be in love, experience love, real love, and not the stuff that I grew up believing was love, because that wasn't love. And I put that on Facebook. Like, nah, I think I've suffered entirely too much over the last 30 years, and I didn't go through all that for nothing. It's to help other people, and I know that. And so I want to share the dream that I had last night. Now, granted, I wasn't helping other people. And I feel like until you get free, you can't help other people get free. Like, it's life or death. Do you get what I'm saying? And so in a life or death situation, I have to get myself free so I can come back and help other people. So in my dream last night, and my sister was laughing because she's like, sis, when you turn into Kim Possible, I don't know, but I need you to hear everything that I'm saying, okay? So in a dream, I was trying to escape from a serial killer. And I have been picking up on serial killers for like a week. And I've known that when God is talking about or highlighting serial killers to me, he is talking about narcissists, because they kill things on the bloodline. They try to kill you spiritually, and they go through people, whether it's their family, whether it's their romantic partners. Like, that's what they are. It's just a spiritual serial killer, but that's ultimately the devil. That's what he does. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. We know that. But God has been saying, and I told y'all it was a sincere prayer of mine, Lord, I don't want to care about what he doing. Like, I just need to focus on what you did and what you came to do, which is give me life and life more abundantly on this side and the other side, okay? So in a dream, I knew I was trying to get away from a serial killer, and it was multiple people in there. I was trying to get away from a serial killer, and I ran around the building a couple times, and I couldn't like fully escape. Like, every time I would think like, oh, I got away, I didn't really get away. And it was starting to bother me in the dream, but I was calm in the dream too. Like, and I remember thinking in the dream, like, I'm kind of calm being chased by a serial killer, and that is, you know, that ain't normal. Like, I was very calm. And so I found a way out, and I was running with this girl the whole time, and I knew that God was showing me different things about her, like what it would relate to. For some, you really got to get out from underneath the thumb of your family, underneath the thumb of your parents. And the control and manipulation ain't always from a wicked place, but you have to break free from that. You have to live for you. You have to do what God is telling you to do. You have to break free from the generational curses. You have to, okay? So that's why I was running on her, so God would show me that. But we found a way out, and we ran out. But it was like, as soon as I ran out, I knew like, too easy. Like, I looked at her and I was like, that was too easy. Ran back. I knew it was too easy because like, I knew like as soon as I got outside, like, he gonna get me. Like, it was too easy. Like, there's no way he just let me run out like this. Like, and he didn't. And so for some, that's a warning, because you will think, I was telling my mom and them like, no, because they don't accept no. Like, they don't. It's always a problem. It's always going to try to gaslight you, emotionally abuse, manipulate you. And even if they are cool, when they say no, it's because they're coming up with a tactic to draw you back in, and to try to that emotional manipulation is really all me and God been talking about, right? And so I felt like that illustrated that part. Like, that was too easy. Like, you might be acting like you cool now, but you're not going to be cool. But you're not going to be cool. You get what I'm saying? And you're going to try me. It's going to be some type of spiritual attack that come through you, even though you're acting cool right now. And so we ran back in. Like, after I escaped, and I was like, too easy, because I just knew I was finna get God. We ran back in and found a different way out. This way out took me through some type of boot camp type of training, like ROTC, Army vibes. My clothes changed and everything. And so the next thing I know, I'm jumping a fence. And I'm not hopping no little fence. Like, it's taller than me. I'm jumping to like lift my whole body weight over the fence and get out. And that time I knew I was safe. And the way I took off running, I knew I was never going to look back. Like, there's no looking back. And I really feel free. Emotional manipulation don't work on me no more. I don't care who you are, right? Like, it's not working. You're not finna change the narrative. You're not finna gaslight me. I'm so fed up. It's been 30 years of that. We're not doing that anymore. And ultimately, it's the devil. You gotta have boundaries with the devil. And I told y'all that. Like, I watched that video, and she was like, you teach him how to treat you, right? And just like other people, don't come over here lying. Don't come over here trying to tell me something that we both know is a lie and it's not true. Like, you're not doing it anymore. And so I don't know who needs a dream. I don't know who needs the random encouragement, but like, you're free. You escaped, and you're free, and you escaped the right way. Don't let nobody make you feel like you're in the wrong, because family will do that. Like, baby, you are not gonna make me feel like a bad person, because I'm not gonna let you treat me bad. Like, we're not doing that. And it was something else. Like, it is so funny to me, because I'm looking back. I caught a lot of good snippets of things this last couple of weeks. And TD Jakes was saying how he had a moment with his wife and he had snapped, and that wasn't really something that was directed towards his wife. And only people who are really graced to know you, like, be knowing that. And that's why I be telling y'all, pay attention to the outburst. Remember that video I made like 2 years ago? Pay attention to the outburst, because even when you have an outburst, you're healing, or somebody else, you can kind of tell, like, maybe that is not directed towards me. Sometimes it's how they feel about the enemy. Sometimes it's something they wish they could have told their toxic mama or their toxic daddy. And maybe they're not toxic, well, they are, but they're unhealed. You get what I'm saying? They still have love for them, and it's something they wish they could have told them. It's something they wish they could have told a previous ex-partner. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to know that. And so from you don't know that, you're going to take that on like you really did something. And sometimes it's how they feel about themselves. Sometimes it's the anger towards themselves, right? And I look, I'll be the first to admit that, like, you know what, I was really angry at me for all the stuff that I let y'all do to me, even if they are wrong and how they treated you. Like, but I was really angry at myself, and that's why you can't take on projections in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But I was thinking about this incident I had with somebody, and I was like, you know what, I really think that was directed towards their mama, and for some reason I just caught that, and I don't really like that one for me, like, you know. But you got to know that. That's why you can't take stuff personal. And even in some of the stuff that happened, you know, a couple months ago, I was like, I already know who all this is directed towards, and y'all not finna sit up here and treat me like that. And then the person it was directed towards was also trying to mistreat me. I was like, what is this? We're not doing that no more. Y'all, I can't do it. And so you just have to know that, and you have to focus on your healing. You have to focus on you not being that type of person and not turning into that type of person. But we're not going for it no more. And I'm very happy. Like, I feel like this is the best Christmas gift God could have gave me, to be free from this, because this has been a very long time. You're not coming over here changing the narrative. Sometimes you be mad at yourself because you ignored your discernment. Don't ignore your discernment, because on the movie I'm trying to watch, she got killed because she ignored her discernment. Don't ignore your discernment. Now you're in a situation and somebody is literally trying to take you out spiritually. I will never do that again. When the Lord is saying, don't come around them. When the Lord is saying, create distance. When the Lord is saying, you know they're not healed, and the devil hopping through them and trying to get to you every chance he get. Why would I subject myself to that? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? And so right now my focus is just making sure I don't turn into the people who abused me over the years, because they were so unhealed. As unhealed as I was, I still didn't mistreat people. And the only time I run my mouth is after somebody that mistreated me. And I mean legitimately mistreated me, not Megan out here being the villain and playing victim. No, baby, like I'm fighting for my life in my head 99% of the time. And not even 99% of the time, but a good majority of the time. The other majority of the time, I'm trying to figure out how to make $5,000 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not built like that. So, yeah, this is freedom, and I like it. And, your relationship with the Lord, like, he not going to let you just be sitting around getting mistreated. That's not God. Being somebody emotional doormat.